My name is Aileen and I am an innovation facilitator for a government agency in Ireland, which is the Irish Seafood Development Agency, otherwise known as BIM. That's more the Irish translation. And I am based in the southwest of the country in a seafood innovation hub where we manage innovation projects right across our industry and right across our supply chain. I suppose it all started during my study. I was always involved in the food and food science side of things, so always developing new products for different companies. That's where my career started out. And 8 years ago, I joined the Irish Seafood Development Agency, and I am based at its innovation hub. So therefore, my real innovation journey, as you might call it, started about 8 years ago when I started and was introduced to different innovation techniques and different innovation methodologies. Well, I think you need to have an open, creative mindset. You need to be flexible, not afraid of ambiguity, especially at the start of a process. I think you need to be a good team player, and you need to be able to bring out the best in people. Probably, motivated and with a bit of a passion for new projects and new innovations. Our industry faces a lot of challenges, everything from climate change to Brexit, which has a double impact for the seafood industry because it affects the seafood coming in, and it also affects the seafood going out of the country, which is a huge challenge. Raw material supply is always a challenge. Maintaining and creating jobs in the northwest and the western regions of our, right around our coast actually, but there's a lot of them situated in the west. So yeah, we have a lot of challenges, a lot of problems to solve. I think one of the big issues is probably two, and they're kind of linked. So I would say probably climate change, sustainability is huge. We know there's a huge trend where consumers really want to know where their seafood is coming from, how it's been caught, is it from a managed stock? They don't want to cause harm to fish stocks. So therefore it's very important that we get sustainable sources of seafood for these end consumers and our customers ultimately. Well, I think a lot of it is going to be about education. I think the more you tell, and consumers are hungry for information, and it's all right there in the palm of their hands, so they can very quickly figure out if this is coming from a sustainable stock. We know it's very important, for example, in Germany, where all of the fish being sent to Germany, it needs to be from sustainable stocks. So it's actually the customer is driving it rather than the industry. The industry has to respond. And I guess we're seeing this insight come out when we do market research in different regions. And this is one of the top areas, I would say, for the future that we need to be on top of. I would say, first of all, enjoy it, because it is a very enjoyable career. It's very flexible, it's something different every day, but it's not always going to be a success. So you have to have, days where things are tough and you feel like, you're walking in mud, but eventually if you stick with it and you have perseverance, you will see the results. If you stick to your innovation process and trust it, you will see the outcomes. But there will be plenty failures along the way. And I think you have to embrace those as much as the successes, because you actually learn more from the failures than you ever will from the successes. We're a day and a half into it now, well, 2 days almost, and I must say that it is, across all industries. So I come from a food background, so we're literally, there's only a few of us here. I've bumped into people from the data, the technology industries, the policy makers, and I feel that every session that I've been to, you're learning something, but you're also realizing we're all trying to solve similar problems. We all have, issues around teams, issues around people, issues around implementing the innovation. I'm finding was one of the key things I'm taking home, and what the best way to do that is. So I would say overall, great experience, a wide spread of activities. Difficult to choose which one to go to, but I must say I am very impressed.